Welcome to all of you. Here we discuss the important questions from the subject Pharmaceutics. Let us start the questions and their specific answers. In tablet manufacturing, talc is used as clinant. Next, glycerin or sorbitol is added to gelatin in the preparation of soft gelatin capsule as plasticizer. Next, principle of size reduction mill in ball mill is combination of impact and attrition. Next, in relation to emulsion, formation of a layer of relatively concentrated emulsion above and below the surface is known as creaming. Next, thiomersal is belonging to which category of preservative? That is mercurial. Next, the solubility of weak electrolytes and non-polar substance can be increased by adding water miscible solvents. This process is known as co-solvency. Next, benzalkonium chloride is categorized as quaternary ammonium compounds. Next, most widely used flavoring agent in food industry is monosodium glutamate. Next, sodium lauryl sulfate is anionic surface active agent. Next, calamine IP is zinc oxide with ferric oxide. Next, which among the following statement is false with respect to NaCl injection IP contains added antimicrobial agent or preservative? Next, Lugol solution is 5% weight by volume of iodine and 10% weight by volume of potassium iodide in water. Next, lanolin is wool fat. Next, colloidal dispersion of liquids or solids in gases are aerosols. Next, the term oris denotes to mouth. Next, the process of losing water or crystallization from a substance is called as efflorescence. Next, use of potassium iodide in iodine solution to increase the solubility of iodine. Next, hydrous wool fat is known as lanolin. Next, which among the following is a sterile preparation? That is ophthalmic preparation. Next, which among the following drug formulation is required to be stored in refrigerator? Vaccines. Next, 1 tablespoon is equivalent to 15 ml. Next, example for preservative added in whole human blood is no preservative. Next, 1 milligram is equivalent to 1000 microgram. Next, meaning of Latin term primomale means early in the morning. Next, which one of the following is an ingredient of compound effervescent powder? That is sodium potassium tartrate. Next, solution containing 6% weight by volume of hydrogen peroxide corresponding to 20 times its volume of available oxygen. Next, an agent used for gaseous sterilization is ethylene oxide. Next, which among the following is used as a filtering aid? That is kaolin. Next, gum arabic is a neutral polysaccharide. Next, Department of Transport test is performed for which of the following aerosols? Next, in first pharmaceutical aerosol was developed in year of 1955. Next, to dispense inhalation aerosols, which containers are used? Stainless steel. Next, aerosol packing container must resist pressure of 140 to 180 psi. Next, which of the following is not an instability problem of emulsion flushing? Next, which among the following is used to prepare anti-rust tablet? Sodium nitrite. Next, method for mixing potent drug powder with large volume of diluent is geometric dilution. Next, heavy and light magnesium oxides differ in their bulk density. Next, cold cream is an example of W/O emulsion. Next, egg yolk or egg white is used as emulsifying agent. Next, surface tension is categorized as intensive factor. Next, according to USP, which dissolution is included as type 4 dissolution apparatus flow through cell? Next, Hoppler viscometer is a type of falling sphere viscometer. Next, the posological formula child dose D equal to weight in pound divided by 150 into adult dose is known as Clark formula. Next, apparent volume of distribution will be highest for drug with percentage plasma protein binding is 10. Next, the instruction for patient to be diluted 20 times its volume with water are printed on label of which formulation? Mouthwash. Next, the WIPO promote protection of World Pharmaceutical Organization. Next, noise within equation is helpful to predict the rate of drug dissolution. Next, which of the following is the most suitable route for administration of insulin subcutaneous? Next, for the measurement of particle size of powder, the distance measured between two tangents on opposite sides of the particle parallel to some fixed direction is called ferrite diameter. Next, in bismuth subgallet suppositories BPC, when no strength of drug is specified, BPC directs bismuth subgallet per suppository 300 mg. Next, if the given drug is absorbed by passive diffusion, what will be its absorption kinetic? First order. Next, the area under curve gives helpful information about the amount of drug systematically absorbed. Next, polymorphism is generally defined as a substance that may exist in more than one crystalline form. Next, the minimum concentration of a drug at receptor site to initiate pharmacological action is defined as MEC. Next, which of the following is the major plasma protein involved in drug binding? Albumin. Next, sweet taste of a compound is generally attributed to presence of hydroxyl ion. Next, buffer is a solution of weak acid and its conjugate base. Next, which of the formulation is not suitable for ocular administration? Liniment. Next, bloom strength of the gelatin is normally 200 to 240 gram. Next, EOQ stands for economic order quantity. Next, half-life does not depend on time of drug absorption. Next, transit time of food from descending colon is 21 hours. Next, LAL is known as limulus amebocyte lysate. Next, if the drug has a very small volume of distribution, it likely that this drug does not accumulate in various tissues and organs. Next, disintegration test is not applicable on solution. Next, the vehicle used in progesterone injection BP is fixed oil. Next, VED stands for vital, essential and desirable. Next, Worcester's process means air suspension. Next, solubility of unionized drug increases with majority of time with increase in temperature. Next, drug having pKa between 2.5 to 6 remain practically unionized at all pH values. Next, surface tension is measured by capillary rise method. Next, following is associated with colloidal dispersion stability, that is Kulch-Hardy rule. Next, which of the following is not kinetic properties, that is Brownian motion. Next, true density is mass by volume excluding interparticulate and intraparticulate spaces. Next, the critical micelle concentration influences conductivity, viscosity and surface tension. Next, nonlinear drug distribution in the body is due to drug distribution in central and peripheral compartment. Next, oral absorption is ideal when log P less than 5. Next, disintegration test not done in controlled release tablet. Next, H in HEPA stand for high. Next, supplied lead time between 0 to 2 weeks, the safety factor will be 1. Next, metallic sutures are made up of stainless steel and silver. Next, preparation for oral use does not contain phenol. Next, Maillard reaction occurs between hydrous lactose and amine. Next, color of nitric oxide cylinder is blue. Next, complete separation of tablet into 2 or more layers is called as lamination. Next, the first and most widely used diluent in tablet formulation is lactose. Next, shellac is used for the purpose of coating tablet as enteric coating agent. Next, most commonly used opacifying agent in capsule is titanium dioxide. Next, absorbable suture is fasciolata. Next, compressible lactose is different from lactose by lack of compressibility. Next, micronization of spironolactone decrease the dose 20 times. Next, plating of punch is done by chromium. Next, microencapsulation achieved by coacervation phase separation. Next, which water-soluble resin used for microencapsulation? Gum arabic, starch and polyvinyl alcohol. Next, which is called as cold sterilization, that is gamma rays. Next, what is the full name of IPDMS, Integrated Pharmaceutical Database Management System? Next, which route of drug administration is most likely to lead to the first pass effect, that is oral? Next, what is characteristic of the intramuscular route of drug administration? Oily solution can be injected. Next, the following are excreted faster in basic urine, weak acids. Next, which property is classified as colligative, osmotic pressure? Next, the pH value is calculated mathematically as the log of the hydrogen ion concentration. Next, The pH of a buffer system can be calculated with the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. Next, which mechanism is most often responsible for chemical degradation, that is hydrolysis? Next, vanishing cream is an ointment that may be classified as an emulsion base. Next, rectal suppositories intended for adult use usually weigh approximately 2 grams. Next, a very fine powdered chemical is defined as one that completely passes through a sieve number 120. Next, which technique is typically used to mill camphor? Pulverization and intervention. Next, which type of paper best protect a divided hygroscopic powder? Waxed paper. Next, which capsule size has the smallest capacity? 5. Next, non-ionic surface active agents used as synthetic emulsifiers include tragacanth. Next, divided powders may be dispensed in individual dose packets. Next, acidic drugs mainly bind to plasma alpha-1 acid glycoprotein. Next, after per-oral administration, drugs generally are absorbed best from the duodenum. Next, which tissue has the greatest capacity to biotransform drug? Liver. Next, alkalization of urine hastens the excretion of weakly acidic drugs. Next, majority of drugs crosses biological membrane primarily by weakly basic drugs. Next, redistribution is a feature of highly lipid soluble drugs. Next, sticking is term referred to tablet material adhering to the dye wall. Mottling, term referred to an unequal distribution of color on tablet. Next, lamination, term refers to separation of a tablet into two or more distinct layers. Next, for good flow properties, angle of repose 20 to 30. Next, example of disintegrating agent is starch. Next, lozenge tablets are designed to slow dissolution in mouth. Next, floating tablets are designed to slow dissolution in stomach. Next, enteric coated tablets are designed to release drug in intestine. Next, the substance used to increase the weight of tablet is called as bulking agent. Next, which of the following polymer used to prepare mucoadhesive tablet? That is sodium alginate. Next, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose phthalate is a enteric film former. Next, starch paste is used in manufacturing tablet as binder. Next, aspartame is used as sweetening agent. Next, tablets are enteric coated to avoid drug release in stomach. Next, identify super disintegrant. Sodium starch glycolate. Next, tablets that are placed under skin is implant. Next, film coating are very flexible. Next, tablet hardness range is normally 3.5 to 7 kg. Next, disintegration time for sugar coated tablet is 60 minutes. Next, dose dumping is a problem in the formulation of sustained release tablets. Next, advantages of granulations are improved flowability, improves compressibility, and prevent segregation. Next, which of the following granulation method widely used for aspirin dry granulation? Next, Which of the following diluent shows Maillard reaction, that is lactose? Next, acyclovir is incompatible with lactose. Next, in friability test, tablet fall from height 6 inch. Next, which of the following test is not official to IP for tablet, that is hardness? Next, weight variation limit for tablet weigh 80 to 250 mg is as per IP 7.5%. Next, modified starch is starch 1500. Next, thickness of tablet are measured by sliding caliper scale. Next, aspartame has the main disadvantage as carcinogenic. Next, Hassner ratios refer to compressibility. Next, the role of borax in cold cream is in situ emulsifier. Next, the role of glycine as tablet excipient is as sweetener. Next, the other name for cold cream is cleansing cream. Next, what is the HLB range for W/O emulsifying agent 3 to 6? Next, Bloom strength is used to check the quality of gelatin. Next, total organic carbon limit in water for injection is less than 500 ppb. Next, the healing agent used in hand cream is urea. Next, the application of Noyes-Whitney equation is used to describe dissolution rate. Next, angle of repose is a measure of flow property of powder. Next, insect can walk on the surface of water due to surface tension. Next, Hence analysis is used in drug design. Next, the meaning of Latin term Rx, take dose. Next, 1 fluid ounce is 30 ml. Next, creams are emulsion. Next, occlusors are eye preparations. Next, calamine is basic zinc oxide. Next, vitamin tablets are generally formulated as chewable tablets. Next, blood plasma and blood serum preparations are dried by freeze dryer. Next, shellac is resin secreted by the female lac bug Lachyperlacca. Next, the formulation used for dental hygiene are known as dentifrices. Next, the component of tablet machine which controls the shape and size of the tablet is dice. Next, for the therapeutic purpose, a child is 1 to 12 years of age. Next, which technique is typically used to milk camphor lavigation? Next, dose dumping is a problem in the formulation of modified release drug products. Next, content uniformity test for tablets is used to measure which quality, potency. Next, the rate of drug bioavailability is most rapid when the drug is formulated as solution. Next, the vitamin with deodorant property is vitamin E. Next, elan drug part added to formulation for aiding dilution, stability maintaining, taste masking, etc. is known as additive. Next, in the pediatric dose calculation, children in the first 20 days of birth comes under the class of neonatal. Next, verifying powdered chemical or drug is defined as one that passes through a sieve number 60 and not more than 40% through a sieve number 120. Next, vanishing cream is an ointment that may be classified as emulsion base. Next, 0.9% weight by volume sodium chloride has freezing point depression of minus 0.52 degree centigrade. Next, a retardant material that forms a hydrophilic matrix in the formulation of matrix tablet is HPMC. Next, the particle size of the dispersed solid in a suspension is usually greater than 0.5 micrometer. Next, 1000 nanogram equal to 1 microgram. Next, capping in a tablet occurs due to entrapment of air. Next, the diameter of the mesh aperture in the IP disintegration test apparatus is given below 2 mm. Next, the normal renal creatinine clearance value lies between 80 to 120 ml per minute. Next, what is the surface tension of water at 25 degrees centigrade? 72 dyne per centimeter. Next, colloidal dispersion have which type of rheology? Non-Newtonian. Next, the term upper consulate temperature and lower consulate temperature are related to which phenomenon? Critical solution temperature. Next, bioavailability of drug referred to percentage of administered dose that reaches systemic circulation in the unchanged form. Next, which of the following method is used to determine whether a process functions properly for its intended use? Validation. Next, ultrajeets are phthalate polymer. Next, which of the following UV rays cause cancer? UVB. Next, HLB of span and twin surfactants may be obtained from which of the following equation? HLB equal to 20 bracket 1 minus S by A. Next, colligative property depends on the number of solute particles in solution. Next, a large Reynolds number is indication of which type of flow? High turbulent flow. Next, which of the following is an irreversible phenomenon related to stability of emulsion? Cracking. Next, which one of the following is a solid dosage form excipient which can play the role of a diluent, disintegrant, cleanant, lubricant and a pore or channel former, that is microcrystalline cellulose. Next, OROS is a technology developed for osmotic controlled oral drug delivery system. Next, what is the required floor area for running a pharmacy for wholesale or distribution? 15 square meter. Next, the mass of 1 ml of a standard substance at a specified temperature relative to water at 4 degrees centigrade is defined as relative density. Next, within how many days a pharmacist should dispense dilute aqueous mixture? 14 days. Next, what does pharmacokinetical compartment means? Part of the body water in which the change of a drug concentration has the same kinetic. Next, the deviation of data from its mean is generally described by standard deviation. Next, the reproducibility of result of a number of experiments is generally known as precision. Next, the process of transforming a solid directly to a vapor state is generally defined as sublimation. Next, according to Fick's law of diffusion, which of the following is inversely proportionate to the rate of diffusion, that is the length of stagnant layer? Next, the degradation of penicillin G procaine is highest in solution. Next, the process of degradation of ionic compound into cation and anion in presence of water is defined as hydration. Next, which of the following are characteristic of pseudoplastic flow? Viscosity of the flow generally decreases with an increase in the shear rate. No yield value has been found with the flow, and suspension of Dragacant follow the pseudoplastic flow. Next, which of the following is true about microemulsion? The mean diameter of a droplet generally lies between 10 to 200 nanometer. It requires a co-surfactant and it is intermediate in property between solution and emulsion. Next, the rate of sedimentation is independent of the lipophilic nature of particles. Next, a system with considerable interaction between dispersed phase and dispersion medium is known as lyophilic. Next, the random motion of solute particles in colloidal dispersion is known as Brownian motion. Next, which of the following hydrolyzed product of lecithins? Fatty acid, glycerol and phosphoric acid. Next, in which kinetic reaction is the rate of reaction independent from concentration, zero order? Next, which of the following is not considered a primary test, that is spice? Next, which of the following diffuses most rapidly across the cell membrane, carbon dioxide? Next, when a drug is extracted by heating at a particular pressure, the process is called digestion. Next, the term human poverty index was introduced in which year? 1997. Next, as per the sieving method, the powder is passed through a set of sieves which are arranged in descending order. Next, contraindicated drugs are examples of therapeutic incompatibility. Next, which of the following formulation would be considered as an oropharyngeal formulation, mouthwash? Next, if a rectal suppository is used to treat a fever, it would represent what type of drug delivery, enteral and systemic. Next, the molecular weight of most of drug that passes across the membrane lie between 100 to 1000 Dalton. Next, the time interval between placing an order and receiving order is called lead time. Next, a change in an environmental parameter that generates a response is called stimulus. Next, pick out the appropriate elementary route of administration when passage of drug through liver is minimized, rectal. Next, the weight uniformity limit for soft gelatin capsule up to 300 mg is 10%. Next, the film type transdermal drug delivery system could have a polymer, ethyl cellulose, polyvinyl alcohol and polyethylene glycol. Next, the particle size of the dispersed solid in a suspension is usually greater than 0.5 micrometer. Next, rotosort is a machine used to sort out unfilled capsules. Next, green bones are used for the preparation of a gelatin of type B. Next, in capsule, rotofill is used for filling pellets. Next, the 000 size capsule can fill the volume of 1.36 ml. Next, capsule cells are made with gelatin. Next, vegetable capsule cells are prepared with HPMC. Next, gelatin is a protein. Next, who is known as the father of medicine? Hippocrates. Next, the ability of human eye using illuminated area to detect a particle is limited to 25 micron. Next, in the preparation of tablet, lubricating agent are used to prevent sticking. Next, name the super disintegrant from the following: sodium starch glycolate. Next, pyrogen test is usually done in which of the following species? Rabbit. Next, which of the following is water-soluble ointment base? Macrogold. Next, which of the following is a flocculating agent for negatively charged drug? Aluminum chloride. Next, biopharmaceutical classification system is based on solubility, dissolution and permeability. Next, the rate of drug administration that gives the most rapid onset of pharmacologic effect is intravenous injection. Next, the route of drug administration that provides complete bioavailability is intravenous injection. Next, class 100 clean room is defined as a room in which the particle count in the air is not more than 100 per cubic foot of 0.5 micrometer and larger in size. Next, in the preparation of calamine lotion, sodium citrate is used as buffering agent. Next, subcoating is given to the tablet to round the edge and build up the tablet size. Next, which one of the following device is useful to increase the efficiency of drug delivery via aerosols metered valve? Next, the area under the serum concentration time curve of a drug represent the amount of drug absorbed. Next, choose the correct excipient for enhancing solubility in tablet manufacture, PEG. Next, the purpose of seal coating in sugar coating process for tablet is prevent moisture penetration into the tablet core. Next, the initial degradation of a drug by liver enzymes after oral administration of the drug is known as first pass metabolism. Next, the addition of ascorbyl palmitate in the manufacturing process serves as antioxidant. Next, epinephrine hydrochloride solution can be stabilized by adding a small amount of sodium bisulfite. Next, which one of these is antioxidant? Sodium bisulfite, sodium metabisulfite and sodium sulfite. Next, when bioequivalence study are necessary, fixed dose combination product with systemic action. Next, if the plasma concentration of a drug declines with first order kinetic, this means that the half-life is the same regardless of the plasma drug concentration. Next, dose dumping is a problem in the formulation of modified release drug products. Next, creatinine clearance is used as measurement of glomerulus filtration rate. Next, the rate of drug bioavailability is most rapid when the drug is formulated as solution. Next, the earliest evidence that a drug is stored in various tissues is a large apparent volume of distribution. Next, the loading dose of a drug is usually based on apparent volume of distribution and desired drug concentration in plasma. Next, the polymorphic form 3 of riboflavin is how many times more soluble than form 1? 20 times. Next, which is expressed in both the intestinal epithelium and the kidney, cytochrome P3A4. Next, which equation is true for a zero order reaction rate of drug? dA by dt equal to minus K. Next, the appropriate pH range for ophthalmic product is 6 to 8. Next, high plasma protein binding generally make the drug long acting. Next, a prodrug is an inactive drug that is transformed in the body to an active metabolite. Next, if a drug is eliminated by first order kinetic, its clearance value will remain constant. Next, monitoring plasma drug concentration is useful while using lithium carbonate. Next, which of the following polymer is used in film coating of tablets HPMC? Next, sigma blend mixer are commonly used in wet granulation. Next, dissolution test apparatus number 1 as per IP is paddle. Next, dissolution test apparatus number 1 as per USP is basket. Next, which of the following decreases the bioavailability of tetracycline DCP? Next, which of the following is hydrophobic binder ethyl cellulose? Next, larger value of Ky in the Huckel plot indicate formation of what quality of tablet? Harder tablets. Next, what is primogel? Modified starch for disintegration. Next, if the Carr index of a powder is 10%, then the type of powder flow is excellent. Next, water-soluble substance used as coating material in microencapsulation process is hydroxyethyl cellulose. Next, a retardant material that form a hydrophilic matrix in the formulation of matrix tablet is HPMC. Next, which material is used to polish sugar-coated tablet? Beeswax. Next, Hansard ratio is calculated by HR equal to tap density by pore density. Next, particle size analysis is mainly done for dose uniformity. Next, which of the following lubricant is water soluble? SLS. Next, the concentration of polyvinyl pyrrolidine as binder is 0.5 to 5%. Next, the diameter of the mesh aperture in IP disintegration test apparatus is 2 mm. Next, hardness of tablet is measured by Pfizer tester, Strongkopf tester, Irveka tester, Monsanto and Schlesinger tester. Next, tablets are often coated to mask bitter taste, to make swallowing easier and to protect the drug from external environment. Next, following material is used in film coating of tablet as plasticizer: PEG 400, castor oil and propylene glycol. Next, gums are used in tableting primarily as binding agents. Next, the principal use of magnesium stearate in pharmaceutical is lubricant. Next, the rate of drug bioavailability is most rapid when the drug is formulated as solution. Next, one of the following is used as enteric coating material: hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose phthalate. Next, mannitol is widely used in chewable tablets because non-hygroscopic, slow solubility and pleasant feeling in mouth. Next, high bloom strength gelatin is used in manufacture of soft gelatin capsules. Next, the particle size of the abrasive used in the toothpaste should be in the range of 1 to 6 micron. Next, in the mixing of thymol and menthol, the following type of incompatibility occurs: physical incompatibilities. Next, which of the following aqueous solution will have the highest pH? Sodium acetate. Next, the extent of ionization of a weak electrolyte drug is dependent on the pH of the media and pKa of the drug. Next, measurement of particle size in pharmaceutical aerosol is by cascade impactor, and light scatter decay. Next, Pareto ratio represents stored effect of variable during experiment. Next, the cell of soft gelatin capsule may be made elastic or plastic by the addition of sorbitol. Next, which equation is used to predict the stability of a drug product at room temperature from experiment at accelerated temperature, that is Arrhenius equation. Next, main disadvantage of sodium saccharin as a sweetening agent is its bitter aftertaste. Next, which one of the following conditions generally increases the rate of drug dissolution from tablet? Use of ionized form of drug. Next, which is a process of applying relatively thin coating to a small particle of solid or droplet of liquid and dispersion is microencapsulation. Next, which system characterized by a time period of no release followed by a rapid and complete or extended drug release, that is pulsatile release. Next, the amount of nitroglycerin that a transdermal patch delivers within a 24-hour period will depends on diffusion rate of nitroglycerin from the patch, surface area of the patch, and dissolution rate of nitroglycerin from the patch. Next, which of the following used as enteric coating material? Cellulose acetate phthalate, acrylate polymers, and polyvinyl acetate phthalate. Next, which of the following used for buffering of injections? Phosphate buffers, citrate buffers, and acetate buffers, except borate buffers. Next, the sedimentation of particles in a suspension can be minimized by which of the following? Increasing the viscosity of suspension, reducing the particle size of the active ingredient, and adding a suspending agent. Next, water which is free from volatile and non-volatile impurities, microorganisms, and pyrogen is called water for injection IP. Next, which one among the following statements regarding placebo effect is correct? Placebo is a dummy medication. Next, which one among the following is observed in the first order kinetic? Rate of elimination decreases with increase in plasma concentration. Next, the purpose of seal coating in sugar coating process for tablet is to prevent moisture penetration in the tablet core. Next, durability of tablet to combined effect of shock and aberration is evaluated by using friabilator. Next, the rate limiting step for absorption of lipid soluble drug from a immediate release tablet is the rate of dissolution of drug. Next, disintegration test is not performed for tablet chewable. Next, which of the following industrial dryer is used to dry tablet granules? Fluidized bed dryer. Next, one of the following is used as pH dependent control release excipient, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose phthalate. Next, the first stage of wetting on addition of a granulating agent to the powder is characterized by which one of the following? Capillary state. Next, in sugar coating of tablets, seal coat is done to prevent moisture deposition. Next, the sweetening agent commonly used in chewable tablet formula is mannitol. Next, the initial dose of a drug through IV bolus to achieve desirable plasma concentration at once is known as loading dose. Next, which of the following are helpful to measure glomerular filtration rate? creatinine, and inulin. Next, the rapid degradation of a drug by liver enzymes in a liver is defined as first pass effect of metabolism. Next, which of the following equation may be useful to find out the plasma concentration of drug? Vt equal to P by Cp. Next, the ratio of the mass of an object measured in a vacuum at a specific temperature to volume in ml of an object at the same temperature is defined as absolute density. Next, the ratio of the mass of a substance to the mass of the another substance and equal volume taken as standard is defined as specific gravity. Next, the ratio of mass of an object measured in air at a specific temperature to the volume of the object in ml at the same temperature is apparent density. Next, which of the following about flocculated suspension is true? Particle of suspension form loose aggregates. The time to form sedimentation is less. The sedimentation is easy to redisperse. Next, which of the following salt will most likely yield an aqueous solution with a pH below 7? Potassium penicillin. Next, regarding termination of drug action, hepatic metabolism and renal excretion are the two most important mechanisms involved. Next, a physical process by which a weak acid becomes less water soluble and more lipid soluble at low pH is protonation. Next, the colligative property of a solution are related to the total number of solute particles in solution. Next, distribution of drug to specific tissues depends on the unbound drug concentration gradient between blood and tissues. Next, in the extemporaneous preparation of suspension, levitation is used to reduce particle size. Next, active transport differ from facilitated transport in the following ways except carrier is involved. Next, in the fusion method of making cocoa butter suppositories, which substance is most likely to be used to lubricate the mold? Mineral oil. Next, agents that may be used to coat enteric coated tablet include cellulose acetate thiolate. Next, the shell of soft gelatin capsule may be made elastic or plastic by addition of sorbitol. Next, the route of drug administration that gives the most rapid onset of pharmacological effect is intravenous injection. Next, drugs that shows nonlinear pharmacokinetics have which property? The elimination half-life increases as the administered dose increases. Next, the initial distribution of a drug into tissue is determined chiefly by rate of blood flow to the tissue. Next, which of the following functional group is most susceptible to hydrolysis? RCOOR. Next, which of the following emission from the decay of radionuclide is most commonly used in nuclear medicine imaging? Gamma. Next, abrasive ingredients in the dentifrices are noted for which of the following actions? Removing plaque and debris. Next, carbamide peroxides appear to soften earwax by causing oxygen to be released which loosen the wax. Next, bioavailability differences among the oral formulation of a drug are most likely to occur if the drug is incompletely absorbed. Next, the most common factor governing absorption of a drug from intact skin is lipid solubility of the drug. Next, biotransformation of drug is primarily directed to convert lipid-soluble drug into non-lipid soluble metabolites. Next, which of the following ingredient is used for polishing of sugar-coated tablets? Carnauba wax. Next, which of the following acids has the highest degree of ionization in an aqueous solution? Aspirin, pKa 3.5. Next, flurazepam has pKa of 8.2. What percentage of flurazepam will be ionized at a urine pH 5.2? 99.9%. Next, to protect the content of a bottle from the effect of sunlight by UV rays, which glass is used? Amber glass, red glass. Next, which of the following test is performed on whole container water attack test? Next, type 1 glass is known as borosilicate glass. Next, which of the following ingredients are present in rubber stopper? Vulcanizing agent, softener and antioxidant. Next, which of the following packaging is commonly used for packaging of tablet and capsules? Strip pack. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.